Good morning, I'm Craig Negrelli. It's Thursday, October 31st, 2024, and these are your unbiased updates. Donald Trump puts on an orange vest and gets a ride on a garbage truck. How the former president and Vice President Kamala Harris are responding to President Biden's recent remarks. And their motto is Subway, eat fresh. Why the restaurant chain is getting sued, and what some customers say is not in their sandwiches, despite delicious-looking ads.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world, these are today's Unbiased Updates.
With the presidential election now just 5 days away, the candidates are visiting as many states as possible to reach undecided voters and make sure their supporters get out to vote. On Wednesday, Republican nominee, former President Donald Trump, canvassed North Carolina and Wisconsin, with Democratic nominee Vice President Kamala Harris hitting those two states as well as Pennsylvania. But it was the words of President Joe Biden that had both campaigns reacting throughout the day. As we reported yesterday, during a virtual call with Voto Latino on Tuesday, President Biden had this to say.
And just the other day, a speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. Well, let me tell you something. I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
Republicans taking those words as an attack on all Trump supporters, with the former president arriving to his rally in Wisconsin in a garbage or trash truck and holding an impromptu press conference.
And I think that the comment made by really both of them, because there are really two of them, about being garbage, maybe 250 million people, they shouldn't be talking. That's like deplorable for Hillary. This is the deplorable for Hillary. And I think this is worse, actually. For Joe Biden to make that statement, it's really a disgrace.
Trump then continued to wear his orange safety vest while addressing the crowd in Green Bay during a rally that featured former Packers quarterback Brett Favre.
And I have to begin by saying 250 million Americans are not garbage.
Earlier in the day, the White House press secretary looked to explain Biden's comments beyond a statement released by the president saying that Biden was responding to remarks made by a comedian about Puerto Rico during Trump's Madison Square Garden rally on Sunday.
To clarify, he was not calling Trump supporters garbage, which is why he wanted to make sure that we put out a statement that clarified what he meant and what he was trying to say. And so just want to make that very clear for folks who are watching. No, he does not view Trump supporters or anybody who supports Trump as garbage. That is not what he views.
Vice President Harris, on her way to campaign events, was asked about where she stands on the matter, speaking to reporters on the tarmac at Joint Base Andrews.
Listen, I think that, first of all, he clarified his comments, but let me be clear, I strongly disagree with any criticism of people based on who they vote for. You heard my speech last night and continuously throughout my career. I believe that the work that I do is about representing all the people, whether they support me or not.
Today, former President Trump is set to hold a rally in New Mexico, then head to Nevada and Arizona, while Vice President Harris will hold a rally in Las Vegas with entertainer Jennifer Lopez. As of Wednesday night, about 59 million Americans have cast their ballots, with 31 million voting early in person and nearly 28 million returning their mail-in ballot. Billionaire Elon Musk must be at an emergency court hearing in Philadelphia today after a judge's order on Wednesday. It comes as the city's district attorney looks to stop the Tesla and SpaceX owner from awarding million-dollar prizes to voters in the key swing state. The lawsuit alleges Musk and his super PAC are operating an illegal lottery and trying to influence voters in the election. About 2 weeks ago, Musk said he would be handing out $1 million a day until Election Day on November 5th to voters who signed his PAC's petition supporting the First Amendment and Second Amendment of the Constitution. For the first time in the United States, a pig has tested positive for the H5N1 bird flu. That's according to the Agriculture Department. The USDA also says it is awaiting results from 2 other pigs from the same farm in Oregon, while another 2 tested negative. Officials say the pig that tested positive did not show any signs of illness. The USDA says the 5 pigs were tested for H5N1 out of an abundance of caution because other animals from the same farm had tested positive for it. Officials say while there are no concerns about the safety of the U.S. pork supply, the positive test is concerning because pigs can get bird flu and human viruses at the same time, which might create strains of the virus that infect humans more easily. Meantime, the H5N1 bird flu continues to spread rapidly in dairy cows across the nation. Subway is being accused of unfair and deceptive trade practices over how much meat is actually on its sandwiches. A class action lawsuit filed Monday claims the restaurant chain's ads show customers getting at least 3 times more meat than they actually do. It argues the commercials lead customers to buy the food when they would not have if they'd expected to get less meat than shown. The lawsuit specifically mentions Subway's steak and cheese sandwiches, saying the company's ads make it appear the sandwich, quote, contains at least 200% more meat than the actual sandwiches that customers receive. The Grammys are getting a new home. Starting in 2027, the iconic awards show will be broadcast on ABC. After 5 decades on CBS, the Recording Academy announced on Wednesday it signed a 10-year deal with Disney. With this edition, ABC will now host 3 major television events in 2027, the Grammys, the Oscars, and the Super Bowl. The new deal also means the award show will be streamed on Hulu and Disney+. Finally, this morning, it may be Halloween, but it's no trick for Dodgers fans. Los Angeles is once again World Series champions. The Dodgers clinching their 2nd title in the last 5 years in comeback fashion during Game 5 on Wednesday night at Yankee Stadium. What a game. Trailing at 1.5-0, Los Angeles scored 5 runs in the 5th inning, then took the lead for good in the 8th, defeating the Yankees 7-6. First baseman Freddie Freeman, who homered in each of the first 4 games, was named the World Series MVP. This is the 2nd championship for Dave Roberts as manager. He also won as a player, and the first for baseball superstar Shohei Ohtani. The Dodgers' last championship came during the pandemic-shortened 2020 season. Went to bed last night, it was 5-0 Yankees, got up and the Dodgers had won. As Yogi Berra always said, it ain't over till it's over. Those are your unbiased updates for this Thursday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. For all of us here at Straight Arrow News, I'm Craig DeGrelli. Have a great day.